I know when we first met, you were in an airport flying out to Kingston to go and speak at an event that was more on the psychedelic side of the industry, right? And you expressed to me at the retreat that it was an interesting experience. I think you referred to it as, the people that are kind of in the trenches and doing the research and seeing the results and just battling the systems, including the education side of things, to just get the truth out into the world. And then there was the corporate types that were there with the suit and ties on, just to put a massive label on them, but seeing like, what's the business side of all of this stuff? And maybe let's speak about that briefly too, because you talked about as well, you getting emotional when you were there, and that was something that I think really connected you with the people that were there in attendance as well, because they could see that this isn't just a business that's planning to go public so that you can make a bunch of money. This actually has some grounded meaning behind it, like purpose in your life, doesn't it?
Yeah, so much so. And I think, so we back up and like before COVID is where we started this journey. And we did it primarily on the psychedelic side because we saw so many of our friends that are like first responders and just friends and family that are all just suffering, Trevor. There's so many people suffering out there. And at that point, when we had created the other business, I thought, well, we should just do this too, because I'm on the back 40 of my life. And if anything I've learned is like, I've learned a lot of information. If I can apply what I've learned to something else and learn to do something else and do things that are hard, those are the best things worth doing at the end of the day. So I felt somewhat of an obligation to see if I could help people, given all the research that I had read on psychedelic mushrooms. And I mean, they're all over the headlines now in terms of what you see and the benefits that are being explored behind them from, PTSD, anxiety, depression, obesity, addiction. Like there's just no end to where we are in understanding further their benefits, these psychedelic mushrooms, if taken in the right set and setting. And so, 2 years in the COVID, you're not seeing people, you're not going out and doing any of that stuff. We were growing our business and a lot of other businesses were imploding, others were growing, there was all this diversity happening around us. So this was like the first opportunity to actually get in front of a bunch of people to hear what else is going on out there. There was a bunch of Zooms and stuff like that, but as you know, there's only so much connection that's behind that in terms of feeling and emotion and, your gut check, if you will. So it was interesting to be invited to this Catalyst Summit. It was what it was called. And it was in Kingston, Ontario at Queen's University. And there was 3 different rooms going at any given time. And they had speakers from all around the world. Like Paul Stamets was there, Mark Hayden, there was senators there from Canada, like just pretty much anything you could think of was there. So it was really great to meet all these humans that we've learned about in our reading and some conversations with, others never at all, and just connect. And I think that human connection is what was just so important. It reignited a fire both in Brandy and myself and Allison from our team who came there. And getting a chance to talk on that panel about why we're doing it. We set out in what we're doing to really change the lives of people through fungi. And straight up, I think, Mother Earth put them here. We've evolved from them, I believe. And we've consumed them for a very long time, whether it be in traditional setting, in First Nations, or just evolution of picking them and being hungry and evolving, right? So yeah, it was great to go there and be with these people and tell my story, or our story, I should say. I'm one component of it. And I think what, people really connected with that on a certain level because just willing to get emotional. I didn't intend to. It's just when you really love what you're doing and you're being honest to yourself, I find being raw, people really connect with it sometimes just because that's all we are at the end of the day. We're this energy and we need that connection in order to feel fulfilled at the end of the day. So.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.